Hi everyone. I know I didn't announce the exact time I would go live just because my baby eats every 2 to 3 hours, and the amount that has to get done in between those times is just crazy. So I can't predict, and I don't predict when that is, especially because sometimes it's less than that. But hi everyone. I hope some of you can hop on. Today I want to talk about how to set up the best weight loss goals. I'm in weight loss mode with you, so I want to share some of my insights on why I stayed the same weight in the past 2 days and how I plan on changing that. I want to talk about how to plan best ahead for your week, because I'm like already thinking about the end of the week and next week today and how I'm going to set that up for best success and weight loss. Because I'm on a road to my number, and I'm on this journey for myself that I know you guys we're all on our journeys, our personal journeys, but then we're all doing it together. And I want to talk about the warmer weather and what changes that brings, the app, and I want to hopefully leave room for some questions, but I mean, it just all depends on the little guy next to me who is so cute. Okay, so hi everyone. I'm happy that some of you are able to pop on. First things first, how to set up your best weight loss goals. So I always want you to be thinking 2 pounds at a time. Like right now, I am my weight, but like I think more about the number 2 pounds less than I am than I do about this number. Like this number is like irrelevant to me because my whole focus is on like RT, like my road to 2 pounds less, and how I'm going to stay focused on that because we're constantly progressing, we're constantly moving. So one thing is I always want you to be thinking 2 pounds at a time, and then always think about your weight minus 2 pounds and just keep that number in your mind, because in order to get to that weight, you have to eat like that weight. Right? So a lot of people are like, my weight stayed the same. Well, that's because if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you went from 190 last month to 180 this month, you now want to be eating like someone who's 175, which could mean very similarly. It could mean a little more diligent with your tracker. It could mean a little more veggies, more water, maybe leaner proteins, maybe a little less FFCs. Maybe you don't need the snack anymore. You're just not that hungry for it, or you don't feel like you need it. Like it's constantly taking tweaks. It's always tweaks. It's always learning. When people tell me they're frustrated, I just laugh because you have to have an open mind. Like there is no perfect. A lot of people are like, I'm following the program perfectly, and there is no perfect. And it makes me wonder like what you're doing. Someone wrote to me today, they had breakfast and they're starving. They had Greek yogurt and an apple. But like how much Greek yogurt? If it was only a 5-ounce container, I might also be really hungry after that. I've learned that I need a lot more protein than that to stay full between breakfast and lunch. So you have to know yourself. Maybe you need 7 ounces of Greek yogurt. Maybe you need a cup. Like you always have to make tweaks. And my weight is the same today on Tuesday as it was on Sunday. So I want to explain to you how I think about that. So one is bathroom fluctuations. So it went up yesterday and now it's back at the same because I didn't use the bathroom and then I did use the bathroom, not to get like open, but that's like, that will always factor it. I also realized I lose more weight on days that I eat more veggies at breakfast. So I am still hungry at breakfast. In addition to my Shakeology, I'm always thinking like, what should I pair with it? And I like veggies at breakfast. Like sometimes I go for this like high protein granola. It's called Julian's Bakery, like my son, Julian Bakery Pro Granola that I like, and I ate a lot throughout my pregnancy, but it's not really working for weight loss mode. So I'm kind of like done buying it and done eating it because it's just not working for me right now. So I'm no longer interested. And that's one of the coolest parts about the mindset is like we think we love these foods. We think we're comforted by food, but when we see that like every time we have them, it makes the scale go up and we're really comforted right now by weight loss and progress and success, you no longer have that same sentimental connection to those past foods. And that's the coolest part because then you no longer crave them because you are craving weight loss and progress and that element of success more. And that's how I always feel. And that's how I want you guys to feel. There's a great line that I really want you guys to start to unravel, which is weight loss gets easier when you go from I can't have that to I don't even want that. It's really critical you think about that. You know, in the beginning, you might think, but I still want that silly thing. I still want that silly thing, but I can't have it, but I can't have it. That's that whole diet mentality. The 2B mindset is not about that. I just want you to track those foods, your experience with them, go on the scale, really get in tune with how they make you feel the day of and the day later, and in your overall progress. And you'll see you start to make that shift. You go from like, it's not that you can't have that, but you just don't want it anymore. And that's where weight loss becomes a lot easier. Like me and this granola, like I thought I loved it so much, but like, like it's gone. Like it's, we're breaking up. I'm going from that Julian to this Julian because it's just not working for me, and I'm fine with that. And when I do have more veggies at breakfast, like I did this morning, I've been seeing more success. When I'm feeling extra hungry, having those veggies as extra credit's been working really well. So that's just an example of a tweak. We're always learning. We're always learning. And another thing is, you know, as humans, we're more motivated. This has been studied and showed in lots of different books and psychology books and motivational books, and Tony Robbins talks a lot about this. But as humans, we're more motivated to avoid pain than we are to seek pleasure. And I find that people aren't as motivated or aren't as willing to track or aren't as willing to drink their water or eat their veggies or follow plated or any of these things when they're just really comfortable where they are. And a lot of times that's what it is. It's like you can lose more weight. You're just really comfortable where you are. And, you know, a lot of people are saying, wow, Alana, you look great post-pregnancy. But I'm still like a good 15 pounds from where I want to be and where I was and what makes me feel comfortable. And so I'm not buying clothes at this size, you know? So I'm wearing like stuff I was wearing when I was pregnant, and I'm wearing baggy whatever I have because I want to look forward to that reward and make sure that I form comfort where I know I really truly feel comfortable. And I think that's also a really important thing to think about is like, you know, maybe get a pair of pants now. If your jeans are falling off of you now, that's awesome. But I wouldn't invest in a really expensive pair. I wouldn't go and find some clearance, you know, like Memorial Day, Old Navy on clearance, like, you know, under $20 a pair, something that it is that, you know, you have something there because you want to love your body at every size and you want to look good and feel good along your journey, but you also want things to look forward to. And so you want to be thinking 2 pounds at a time, but you also want to be thinking like, my birthday's this week. So I know there's a certain number I want to hit by my birthday, and I'm making it really realistic. It's like my birthday's on Saturday. I'm making it like 1 pound away from where I am now because I want to set myself up for a happy birthday and success because I know I could do that. You know, then I want to think about Summit. Summit is June 21. Like, where do I want to be by then? July 4th. Where do I want to be by then? So it's really good to have like these micro goals and dates, and you want to set them up to be realistic, not extreme, not in any way that it would ruin your day when that comes and you're not precisely there, but you would just know how to tweak and still be on track for the following date. So you want to set yourself up for success. You have to be realistic, but setting goals, it's really important that they're timely goals. And then I know my big final goal is my anniversary, which is Labor Day weekend, which is, you know, where I want to be like at my comfortable place, and hopefully there'll be Labor Day sales and I can get clothes then. And I'll just be fine till through the summer. So thank you for wishing me a happy birthday. By the way, it's Lara and Caitlin's birthday this week also. Our birthdays are all in the same week, which is really funny. So anyway, so I really recommend that too, is like set up different goals and timely goals that are also realistic and they're attainable and they're measurable. So if it's not a weight goal, it might be a workout goal, it might be a blood pressure, blood sugar level goal, it might be, you know, how many ounces of water you're drinking. It could be lots of different goals, but when you do set goals, make sure that they are timely, they're realistic, they're measurable, so you can keep hitting them. And make them flexible. You know, there's a great line like, you know, you'll stay on your journey, but you have to be flexible in your approach. And the comments that I'm getting, like the negative comments people give, a lot of the negativity that people feel is from inflexibility. Like people write to me, I'm starving, I had Greek yogurt and apple for breakfast. It's like, be flexible. Then have a snack. Then do the more shore model. Then drink more water. Then have more protein. Then have a bigger breakfast tomorrow. Like, be flexible in your approach, okay? There is no set formula. We're all different, and flexibility in your mindset and being open-minded to constantly evolve and change is what is going to make you most successful moving forward. Okay, so if you did really well from 190 to 180, but now you're feeling like you need something to get you from 180 to 170, you got to open your mind. You got to be flexible. You got to look at your tracker. You got to think, maybe I don't need that snack. Maybe I do need more protein at breakfast, so I'm not like overeating at lunch. You just have to play with it. You have to play with it. You have to individualize your journey. So like I'm doing as well. Okay, so I wanted to talk about setting goals, why my weight loss wasn't there the past 2 days, and how I'm going to set it up for the future. I also, guys, it's hotter outside. I don't know where you live in the country or abroad, but it's hotter. The temperatures are dropping. And I keep going on these long walks with my son, and I find the days I go on the longer walks with my son, I'm not losing as much weight. And I think that's because I'm drinking about the same amount of water, or maybe 30 ounces more water. But if I'm out there in the heat, I probably need 40 more ounces of water or 50 more ounces of water on the days that I'm walking him. With warmer weather, with sweat, you need more water. And I really think like I should be losing the same amount of weight, if not more weight, on the days that I'm taking these long walks, but I'm not. I'm not losing weight on those days I'm taking walks. And it must, in my opinion, come down to hydration. I'm working out more, I'm sweating more, I'm not drinking as much water, which is probably leading me to be overeating because I'm probably confusing increased thirst with increased hunger and eating more later on. So I'm certainly making that change, because if I could get on a walk today, I'm like amped up 2 water bottles, not just 1, because yesterday I had 1 water bottle and I waited to go to a coffee shop I passed to fill up my water bottle. And I think by that time I was too thirsty. I'm setting myself up for success. There are no excuses. Oh my God, Konishia said it's 1,000 degrees in Atlanta. Stay cool. Jennifer said you're down 14 freaking pounds. Yes, we could be best friends. Okay, so next thing is warmer weather, more water. Okay, the app. Let's talk about the app, because not only are you guys 2B Mindset like bunnies, but you're also coaches, and like how to message the app. I know Android users are very upset because there is no Android app. I get it. I get that you're annoyed. To be honest, I mean, I don't even know if Beachbody's okay with me saying it, but I don't think we had a lot of expectations for this program and how well it would do. I think when we launched, like I would have been happy if 5,000 people did the program, and now there's like over 100,000 people doing the program. So there weren't a lot of expectations of how many people would jump on board. Hopefully, I'm not making any promises, but hopefully there will be an Android app in the future. But I want you to know, I've lost 100 pounds without a 2B Mindset app. We've been running test groups for the past 2 years, and we've had thousands, and also the past month, and thousands of people have been losing thousands and thousands of pounds without an app. You do not need an app to do this program. And 2 of my closest friends and family members are doing the program, who I love and respect and admire tremendously, and both are losing a ton of weight. And when I was talking to them both last week about why they're most successful, both of them said their favorite part of the tracker is the mindset piece, is like more current state in the morning, and today was great because. And both of them said that has been a critical aspect of their weight loss and positive mindset and journey, and that's not in the app. So if you're an Android user and you're frustrated that there is no app, just know you're just as frustrated as the people who do have iOS, who have an app, who are frustrated that there aren't a zillion features they want. It is a very, very, very basic app. You certainly don't need to do it to be successful in the program. It doesn't have the poop. It doesn't have the mindset. It doesn't have like all these positive probes. You can't access your photos to show the foods. I mean, there's like endless functionalities that people are requesting that it doesn't have. So I think a lot of Android users are thinking like it's this glorious, amazing app that's going to make the biggest difference in their weight loss. And please don't think that, because it's simply not the case. And you can lose all your weight and more and keep it off without ever touching or seeing this app, ever. Okay, so there is, so for iOS users who are complaining about functionality, it's brand new. Hopefully there'll be updates. There might not be updates, but it serves whatever purpose it has right now. For Android users who are frustrated, hopefully we'll have that in the future. But honestly, if this past month you've lost weight, like the two people in my family and my friends who are essentially my family, because one of my best friends is doing the program and she's lost a lot of weight this past month and she's incredible. And she's the one who told me she loves the mindset piece. I told her, do not download and use the app. I don't want her using it because she's lost so much weight this past month. She's doing so well. I don't want her to change anything. If it's working and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if you've been doing really well with the handheld tracker and you're using the mindset piece and you like the poop emoji and you like tracking your sleep and all those functions, I really want you to keep doing what's working for you. So please stay positive. There is no perfect app. There's no perfect this. There's literally just being open-minded and flexible in your approach to everything. So please, like, stay positive. Hopefully, like, things will evolve, things will change, things will improve. But like, a negative mind is never going to lead to a positive life. Complaining about the app is not going to make you lose more weight. Like, just focus on you, focus on keeping yourself positive and upbeat every single day. Focus on a positive mantra. Focus on the fact that you can lose weight, you will lose weight, and you care to lose this weight because you will. And I do too. So please, 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 please stay positive. And we hear all your feedback and we understand the limitations and everything. But, you know, for right now, this is what we have, and we're going to make the most of it. As a community, as a village, as a 2B mindset world of positivity, let's just try to keep our heads up on what we do have. And the best thing is to trade in expectations for appreciations. Rather than expecting this crazy app or expecting all these functionalities, like, be appreciative of the fact that we have each other right here. We have this amazing program. We have this approach. And we have all the tools we need to keep reaching our goals and making the tweaks as needed. Okay, so I love you guys. And Jessica Turner said she has an Android and she's using Google Notes. That's awesome. And also, I have to say, if you are using the app and you do like the mindset piece, I really recommend you keep the notes section of your phone open and do, today is Tuesday, June 5th, and my current state is this. I pooped, I slept. Today was great, because I really recommend, if you are using the app, you still make sure that in the notes section or somewhere else you're taking note of the mindset piece, because that's really the critical, like, lock and key to make sure that you have sustainability and a positive mindset and success. Okay, so I spoke about the app. Okay, and now my baby is still sleeping, so I could take questions and fix my hair. Okay. Kristen wrote Greek yogurt and cottage cheese. I mean, I am a Greek yogurt and cottage cheese fan. I literally, like, I definitely do really well. And I also, one other thing I want to talk about, and I'll add this to the notes, is there's no waiting till Monday. You never really fall off, and you can always get it together. So I want to give you a big example, because I lost a lot of weight on Saturday when I went on the scale on Sunday, and I was very happy. I lost like close to a pound, and I thought that day I was going to gain, and I ended up losing. So I want to explain what happened that day. Hi, Nancy Kirby. Okay, so I want to answer that. I want to just talk about that and then fix my hair and then and then answer all the other questions. Okay, so on Saturday, I went to lunch and I had so much water first. I had so many vegetables. But the dip and I like a lot of dip, which I posted on Instagram today. Like, I will eat like a quarter cup of dip, no problem, because I eat that many veggies. So I like a lot of dip. So I was eating the dip, but I was at someone's house and it was like a Caesar olive tapenade, like definitely high in fat. And I was eating a lot of it. I was eating tons of veggies. I was drinking tons of water. I had a piece of salmon as an appetizer, like a decent size amount of salmon as an appetizer. And I had like a chicken thigh as part of the main. And I had a small piece of whole wheat challah because I was at a meal that served challah on Saturday. And I felt like which is a bread. and I felt like I was eating a lot. And then there were poppers on the table, like deep fried poppers, like wings and poppers are my absolute guilty pleasure. Like I'm a wings and poppers girl. So I just couldn't resist. Well, I could have resisted, but I decided not to. And I had like 3 deep fried poppers that were spicy and delicious and amazing. And I enjoyed them so much, but I felt like I ate a lot. Like I drank a lot. I ate like 3 plates of salad. There was coleslaw, there was cucumber salad, there was a big salad. I had the challah bread. I had big piece of salmon, big piece of chicken, and 3 poppers. Like I eat a lot more than you guys realize. I ate like several plates of food. I was very full, and I was kind of like, that stinks. I really wanted today to be a weight loss day, and I feel like I overate. But for me, it's never too late to get it together. That's one of my favorite lines. It's never too late to get your stuff together. It's just never too late. So I just spent the rest of the afternoon drinking my water. I literally just like filled up a bottle of water, refilled it, drank it, refilled it, peed, drank it, refilled it. I just drank tons of water. And I realized come later, I just wasn't hungry. Like we didn't even end dinner. We didn't even end lunch till like 2:30, and I just wasn't hungry. And I just realized I was just like so tired from the day, from being up with my baby and everything, that for dinner, I just wasn't that hungry. And I ate so much at lunch and so much protein and so many vegetables. I just wasn't hungry. So I ended up having like a Greek yogurt cup, like literally just like a 5-ounce Greek yogurt cup mixed with stevia and cinnamon. And I think I had like a few cherry tomatoes while giving my daughter dinner. And I was like done. Like that's all I had for dinner. And I went on the scale the next day and I lost weight because I had such a big filling lunch and I wasn't hungry at night. So I didn't force myself to eat much more than a yogurt and a few tomatoes, drank tons of water. I fell asleep fine. I was perfectly great. And I actually lost some weight the next day. So you can't be down on yourself. You never have to be negative. But you do want to listen to your body, because if you aren't hungry, you never have to force yourself to overeat later. So I was like really proud that I listened to my body. I drank a lot of water. I stayed positive and I saw positive results. So I want you guys to realize like there are some days you're going to feel like you overdo it and you actually lose weight. That's really cool. And for me, that was insightful because I realized like I need a lot more protein to stay full. And yesterday I feel like I didn't lose as much weight because I feel like I didn't eat enough protein at lunch. So this is how you just have to like think about it. You just have to make tweaks. Jennifer said, thank you for that. Okay. Yeah, Kathy. Yeah, Kathy said she always feels like she has to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, even if you're not hungry. If you're not hungry, you do not have to force yourself to eat. And yes, and Cheryl, it's never too late to get it together. You never wait till Monday. You never even wait till tomorrow. Like, in a day, if you feel like you overate something, it's never too late to just track what you did, how you feel from overeating. Because if you feel like you overate, just writing down, like, I feel like I overdid it, really sets that tone and makes you not want to do it again as much. So it's never too late to learn. It's never too late to get it together and take steps in the right direction. Okay, someone asked me how I make my Shakeology so delicious. And in the cinnamon roll mousse recipe video, I show you. I only use 6 ounces of water. So I make the best Shakeology in my opinion. Lara also makes delicious Shakeologies, I have to say. But I love how I make Shakeology every day. I make it thick like a mousse. It tastes like ice cream. So first of all, another trick is wide blenders. I don't think make as creamy as shakes as narrow blenders. I have a Ninja, which is like tall and narrow. I think that makes a thicker thing. So, it's not that expensive of a blender. It's not like one of these like $500 blenders. Like you could probably get one on sale for under $100, I think. But anyway, 6 ounces of water, a few cubes of ice on the bottom, scoop of chocolate Shakeology, scoop of Digestive Boost. I always add the Digestive Boost. For me, it feels like I'm adding like that FFC. It does have extra fiber in it. It does have omega-3s. Really, I think good for breast milk. But you have to ask your doctor before having any supplement when you're breastfeeding. But for me, it's like it has flax, it has chia. These are good omega-3s. And it helps go to the bathroom. And I find it doesn't add flavor to the shake, but it does make it thick and creamy. So I do 6 ounces of water, few cubes of ice, 1 scoop of chocolate Shakeology, 1 scoop of Digestive Boost, a few ice cubes on top. That's the trick, is water and ice at the bottom and a few ice cubes on top, like 3 or 4, just to keep the powder down. And then I close it and then I blend it. And the blender works extra hard because there isn't a lot of fluid, but that's why it makes this thick and creamy, delicious shake that I look forward to so much. Okay, other questions. Oh, Hannah says she has a wide blender and her shakes are thick and creamy. Can you drink too much water? Can you drink too much water? I personally drink more water than like anyone realizes. I've spoken to lots of doctors. I've spoken to nephrologists, to kidney doctors. They will all tell me that it's much more concerning that people drink too little water than too much water. If you're troubled and concerned, you can always see a doctor, but I personally feel, but of course, ask your doctor. I personally feel like you take your weight and you divide it in half for your bare minimum, but I'm almost positive you can go double your weight in pounds as a maximum. So if you weigh 150 pounds, if you have under 300 ounces of water a day, I think you're pretty good. But if you're concerned, you can always ask your doctor. If you're sweating profusely and you're exercising a lot, I would add an electrolyte enhancement like Hydrate, Beachbody Performance Hydrate, or a few ounces of coconut water to replenish the electrolytes lost in sweat. So you're not, because the risk of overhydration would be the loss in electrolytes. So just make sure that you replenish them as needed. If you're concerned and you're worried about drinking too much water, then don't. And go speak to your doctor if you have any concerns. But I'm not particularly concerned about people over drinking water. Most of the studies and stats of people who overdrink water is because they were sweating profusely, like the Gators, the football team in Florida, which inspired Gatorade, who were over drinking water because they were sweating profusely and they weren't properly replenishing the electrolytes lost. So most of the overhydration incidents reported are due to athletes who are profusely sweating and aren't properly rehydrating from that. But of course, if you're concerned, speak to your doctor always. I'm not your doctor, and no one is. So you really have to make sure that all medical questions are being individualized by, professional care. Can you count hydrate in 2B mindset? If you're exercising and sweating profusely, then track it, try it, and see how it works for you. Sabrina asked, am I going to do more recipes and videos? Hopefully. Please request. Tyra's saying boredom eating. Great question. Tyra asked about boredom eating. Stay busy. Stay busy. One of the best weight loss tips I could give you. Sleep a lot. I think sleep is one of those underpinning aspects to weight loss that you have to be aware of. More sleep, less false signs of hunger, more restfulness, less jitteriness, less fogginess, more mindful tracking, better food choices, all proven and studied, and staying busy. Stay busy. You got to stay busy. When I'm bored, I definitely eat more. I try not to be bored as much as possible. If you're bored and you're just around the house and you can't think of something to do, make a list today of a bunch of different hobbies. Learn how to sew on YouTube, go to a class, volunteer somewhere, anything. Just stay busy. And if you're bored while just like around the house and you don't want to mindlessly eat, then keep those foods out of sight, out of mind. Don't even bring them into the house. Maybe chew gum so you're not like eating while you're bored, like cleaning up the kitchen. Start reorganizing pantries. Like literally, I clean out and reorganize a different cabinet every single weekend, a different closet. Like organizing feels so productive, not destructive. Stay busy. My best tip is stay busy. Stay out of the house, especially now that it's nice out. I find if I like take a walk outside when I'm stressed, it's way better than being in my house when stressed, in terms of eating better. So whatever you can do, stay busy. don't be bored, and don't get caught in boredom eating. And a lot of the times, if you're bored while watching television, it's because you need something in your hand. So get a fidget spinner, get a stress ball, get a pet, get a baby, fill up your lap with something else so you're not mindlessly eating. Dinner and done, brush your teeth is a great tip. Okay, I've been getting this question over and over again, the night shift workers. A lot of people are night shift workers and they want to know, hold on, I want to just put in that we covered, what else did we cover today? We covered boredom, eating, and making a thick shake. I just want to add that to the notes. The other question was on night shift workers. For night shift workers, my best advice for you is don't go on the scale until it's been like 8 to 10 hours that you haven't eaten or drinking anything the same way everyone else is doing it. So if you're a night shift worker, you want to make sure you're still sleeping. And you also want to make sure that you're not eating for 24 hours. So if you get off your shift and you were eating throughout your shift for 12 hours, you shouldn't go home and like continue to eat. You should really pass out and get some sleep. You really need to get your sleep. So a lot of night shift workers like try to overdo it and overexert themselves, but then you're just going to eat all day to keep you awake. And you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you are getting solid, at least 5 straight hours of sleep every single night if you can. So I really recommend, if you're a night shift worker and your schedule is different, if you're a breastfeeding woman like I am, you don't go on the scale until you feel like it's your dry weight, like you haven't eaten or drank in the past couple of hours, so it's more accurate. So for me, as a breastfeeding woman, like I don't go on the scale in the morning until I use the bathroom, like all the other directions, but also until I feed my baby and pump. So I'm like, I feel like I'm emptied as much as possible, and it's a more accurate weight. So that's the same advice I'd give a night shift worker. And also use your tracker and have set meal time. So if your lunch is at 3 a.m. and not at 3 p.m., it doesn't matter as long as you track it and you have that meal and you move on the same way. So you just have to know when your breaks are, when your meals are, and make sure that you're tracking the time that you're eating. And if you are using the iOS app that doesn't have times, I've personally been putting times in when I write down my food in the app because I want that knowledge and insight of when eating makes best time for me. What other questions? Making my chocolate shake thick, boredom eating, and tips for night shift workers. Okay, what else? Last, I'm gonna take one more question and then I have to go. Mary Wallen says, I have headaches. I think you said you've had headaches for years. In the resources tab of the tobemindset.com, there is an answer to what to do if you have headaches. I recommend reading that. And also my best tip for headaches has always been peppermint oil. I cannot tell you it works better than Tylenol. If your head is pumping right here, if your head is pounding right here, I know it sounds like hocus pocus. I'm telling you it works. It's kind of crazy. If you take peppermint essential oil, you can get it at any health food store online. Peppermint essential oil, if you put a dab of that oil right on the part of your head that's thumping, it's crazy how well it works. I'm just telling you, like just try it. Don't get an expensive one. Get like a $5 essential oil, but it really does work. Okay, love you guys. And Kristen said she's gluten-free. What's a great way to get fiber? Beans. Beans are an amazing gluten-free, high-fiber FFC. So is fruit. So are berries. So is a cereal I like, which is called Poop Like a Champion, which is a great FFC that's gluten-free. You can get it online. It's called Poop Like a Champion. You can't forget that. There's also a great wrap I like that Trader Joe's carries. It's made by La Tortilla Factory. It's called Sonoma Wrap, and that I believe is also a gluten-free, high-fiber wrap that I like. And everyone who's gluten-free or not gluten-free, I think you would like it. Sonoma Wrap, SONOMA wrap by La Tortilla Factory. Okay, I love you guys so much and have the best day. My baby is starting to squirm, so I want to get him before he doesn't squirm. Jerica, I love that you love the peppermint oil. It works. It's crazy. Okay, I love you guys.